Welcome to Yoyogi Park, vlog viewers. This is the entrance right here. It's Tokyo's biggest park, and it's a Saturday, so there's usually some mischief going on in this area. We've got some yatai stalls that you might remember from my New Year's vlog, and this is the kind of thing that you see in Yoyogi Park on the weekends. Check this guy out. He's just hanging out, playing his music. Very cool. So anyway, off we go into the park. One of the things I'm hoping to achieve today is to find a little homeless village that used to be in here. I don't know if it's still here, it might have been moved or taken down, but long time ago, many years ago, I was here and they had a homeless village way over in the back corner of the park. And I want to show that to people today to follow up with something that happened in my last vlog, which was when I was running by the river and there was a homeless guy's house with 11, what were they called? Solar panels, 11 solar panels. So with any luck, this video will take in the Yoyogi homeless area and you'll get to see some more of the really interesting kind of ways that Japanese homeless people live. So for now, we're into the park, let's see what happens. Thought I'd do a little 360 of the park. So back down there is the entrance where we came in, and you can see all along here lots of people sitting out enjoying the early spring sun. Not unusual in Yoyogi Park in spring, summer and autumn really. Not so much in winter, of course, it gets a bit colder. So my plan is to head up this way where friends of mine are waiting, so I'll head up that way in a minute, but I'll give you this 360 degrees of the first little bit of Yoyogi Park. Give you an idea of the kind of space that we're dealing with. Alright, here we are in the main part of the park. You can see some of the trees are starting to blossom into their springtime sakura, but not quite yet, maybe next weekend. And this is the main area of the park here. I think, now let's see if I can get it, there's a pink tent right there. Is there? And that's where I think my friends are, so we're heading over there in a minute, but I'll give you guys a view of the main part of the park where most of the fun happens. Let's see if I can shoot some video of the park and all the people. Check out the size of this blue mat coming up here. This thing's huge. Alright, so the plan is to head over this way and hopefully try and find the little homeless village that I was telling you guys about before. We'll see. So I might make a little detour here. I think it was somewhere around here many years ago, maybe 10 or 12 years ago. I joined a group of Shakespeare people and did a Shakespeare in the park. Somewhere around this area here we got a generator and might have been over there actually. Got a generator and had some lights up. Did 2 shows one evening, Friday night and a Saturday night I think it was, maybe a Saturday and Sunday, and called it Shakespeare in the Park. Did 12th night, I was Duke Orsino, so it's quite an experience. Never been on the stage before, never been on the stage since. But yeah, alright, let's see if I can find our homeless brethren. Alright, it seems like I'm at the start of the area that I wanted to be in, and just to give it a little bit of sort of context, when I first came to Japan, I said to my wife how I felt sorry for homeless people, you know, that living on the streets and stuff like that, and she was quite surprised because it's not really a feeling that people have here in Japan to feel sorry for homeless people. People tend to look at them as homeless people that they've chosen to live that way, as opposed to being forced to live that way by either society or circumstance. And from what I understand, a lot of homeless people have effectively failed at something. Businessmen who have lost their jobs, or you know, company owners whose companies went bust and things like that. And rather than take a menial job lower than their caste in society, if you like, they choose to live homeless, is what I've heard. Now I don't know if it's true or not, but I do know that you rarely see somebody homeless who's young. Tend to be quite old, or older. And I remember one year at Christmas, my friends and I went to the park and we wrote a note in Japanese saying, you know, here's a bag of goodies, food and things like that, for the local homeless guys, and we put it in the park in a discreet location, and they left it there. They didn't touch it for months and months and months, and it just sat there with its note on it, and it was almost like we'd offended them by offering them our support or our help, and it's very much sort of I think there's an awareness here that homeless people are choosing not to be in society, and they understand by choosing not to be in society that they're not to take anything from society. So there's a sort of equilibrium there where they're saying we're choosing to be out, and we understand that by being out we're not going to be we're not going to get the trappings of being in society. So it's kind of a strange thing, because like in other places, homeless people tend to be younger, victims of drug abuse, people kicked out of their homes, victims of other kinds of abuse. So it's quite a different world, a different sort of a different way of being homeless, I suppose. Now this one here, this is what, you know, the last time I was here, there was a house that was built as well as that, but I even had a window in the side, and it was an actual structure, which I was really impressed with. But it seems that I'd say there's fewer homeless structures in the park now than there were when I was here a while ago. And you can actually see this person up ahead of me here. That's a security person in the park, not giving them any indication that they want them to move on. And it's just a strange like understanding that, you know, you're making your choice, I'm making my choice, and we'll respect each other's choices and not try to force you to live a certain way. So it's a very unusual section of society here in Japan. It's the homeless group. Like this one here is very big sort of structure that the guy's got there. Here comes another one. This one's really quite wow, it's quite advanced, if you like. Goodness. So so the other week when I was out for my run and I saw the homeless structure with the solar panels on it, I commented that it was unusual to see that, but they're you know, if there's one thing the Japanese do, they do just about everything really well and really organised and really orderly. And even being homeless, which you'd think is a sort of the ultimate in unruliness and unstructuredness, is very ordered and organised, and there's an understanding of where it fits into the grand picture. So yeah, to follow up on my vlog last week when I was out for a run, this is Yoyogi Park's homeless area, and you can see, you know, you could see from me walking over here we're no more than maybe 200 or 300 meters away from each other, the homeless group and the revelers, if you like. But again, just that understanding, you stay on your patch, I'll stay on my patch, and we'll both be happy. So there you go, homeless people in Yoyogi Park. All right, here we are coming back to where my friends are after that little detour, and so I think I'll just sign off there. I just wanted to do a little sort of follow-up to last week's vlog about homeless people in Japan. I was thinking back, you know, when I was thinking about that structure by the river, that without knowing the context of what it's like to be homeless in Japan and what the homeless community does here, that people might look at me laughing at the guy who's homeless with his 11 solar panels as being a bit harsh. But you know, like I said, to me there's a different sort of culture, a different structure to the homeless society here than there is in other areas where it is more to do with mental health or physical abuse or drug abuse and things like that. So I hope people get an idea, as it's not by accident I'm symbolically leaving one segment of culture, of society, and walking back into another one. This beautiful sort of park area full of you know, relatively well-off, healthy people. So yeah, I hope people get kind of an insight into what it's like to be here in Japan, and an insight into the sort of homeless culture and the sort of that segment of society. So here's my group over here. Here's my friends, and I'm going to sign off now and head over to them, have a few drinks, have some fun, and maybe catch up with anyone who watched this vlog sometime soon.